Thanks for tuning in. In this video, we are going to take a look at the story of Brice Rhodes. You may have seen him online before. Some of his courtroom shenanigans have gone viral. He has a pending trial for the murder of 3 individuals on 2 separate occasions, including 2 teenage boys. It's a pretty incredible and also pretty gruesome story, so stay tuned for that. And I just passed 1,000 subscribers and I am so amped about that. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, liked, commented. You guys help to keep this channel going, especially you loyal, longtime viewers. You know who you are. With that said, let's keep it moving.
You think he should be executed?
Yeah.
Your job is to do your job, not to worry about me. That's what I'm saying. Well, I worry about me. You worry about yourself.
Every motion I filed, you didn't deny it.
I'm pretty sure I denied the vast
Every motion I filed?
motions that have ever
Are you some type of racist? Huh?
motion for.
Are you a secret Ku Klux Klan member?
No, sir, I'm
Is that what you really are?
The anger still builds up in your soul.
And it's that anger
Lock me up! Lock me up! Lock me up! Let me get to you! Let me sick! Ain't nobody gonna sit in court and hold their composure and have a demon turn around and laugh about them killing your kids. He's a demon. He kills kids.
On May 4th of 2016, as a man named Christopher Jones stood on the 800 block of South 41st Street in the Louisville, Kentucky neighborhood of Chickasaw, not far from the Ohio River, he suffered a bullet wound to the chest and fell in the street, mortally wounded. His assailants fled. He survived only for several more hours and died at a local hospital. A couple of weeks later, on Sunday, May 22nd, a 911 dispatcher received a call after which police arrived at an abandoned home on the 4000 block of River Park Drive in the Shawnee neighborhood of West Louisville. There, they found 2 boys named Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon in the tall grass of the vacant home's backyard.
The bodies of Louisville teenage brothers Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon were found in an abandoned lot in West Louisville. Detectives say the teenagers had been stabbed, tortured, and set on fire.
It looks like they're deceased and they've been burned.
This is the 911 call from a woman who discovered a horrific sight.
Those are kids. Those are kids. Huh? No, they're kids. And it hasn't been that long.
Through the wooded area of abandoned homes in the 400 block of River Park in West Louisville, we see the horrifying images of 2 bodies.
There's some shoe prints right here, too. There's some good shoe prints, too.
Your view, LMPD responding officers' body cameras.
Before the bodies were discarded and set afire, the boys had been beaten, tortured, and stabbed to death. Maurice Gordon was 16 years old. His brother, Larry Ordway, was only 14. Investigating officers were informed that Larry and Reese had last been seen on the day before, Saturday, May 21st, leaving home with 2 other teenagers and a man named Brice Rhodes, who was 25 years old. Brice apparently had dated the boy's mother. Apparently, the boys looked up to Rhodes and spent a lot of time with him. Rhodes, also known as Rambo, an aspiring rapper, had featured the boys in music videos where the young teenagers mugged for the cameras and brandished pistols. On the day after the discovery of the bodies, police located one of the boys who'd been seen with Larry, Reese, and Rhodes. His name is Anwan Carter, and he was 14 years old then. They continued searching for Rambo and found him the next day, Tuesday, May 24th. Another individual, who had been identified as the other boy who was with Reese and Larry when they were last seen, was picked up a short time later. This was Jakory Taylor, who was 17 years old at the time. Brice, Rambo, Rhodes, and Jakory Taylor spent hours in police custody speaking separately with detectives about Larry and Reese. Police showed Taylor crime scene photos of the brothers. Taylor said he was friends with the brothers and denied any involvement in their deaths. Rambo told police he had no knowledge of the boys' whereabouts and eventually asked for a lawyer.
I need a lawyer, man, if you're going to keep all in my face.
I need a lawyer. I don't want to say, I'm tired of y'all questioning about something. I don't know where y'all getting at. What's going on. I just need a lawyer.
Rhodes and Taylor were arrested and charged with murder and other felonies.
This is one of the men charged with their murders, Brice Rhodes. Through hours of footage, detectives say Rhodes enlisted the help of Jakory Taylor and Anwan Carter, both under 18 at the time, to help kill Gordon and Ordway.
Anwan Carter's disposition towards the officers was quite different. In 2 separate interviews with police, he explained that on May 21st, he went with the other boys to Rhodes' apartment. He said they all went there because Rhodes had become suspicious that Larry and Reese might snitch to the police about something they'd seen on the night of May 4th. Carter was also a witness to what happened that night and described to police what he saw.
They seen somebody just falling in the street, and they said Rambo at the street and shot him. And Maurice, he was a getaway driver, so he was driving.
Did you all drive by him to make sure he was the right guy, or did Rambo just basically shoot the first guy you all came upon?
He just shot the first guy we saw. Rambo shot him, he threw him arm out the window.
Carter says this man, Brice Rambo Rhodes, was in the car in front of him. He says he saw Rhodes pull out a gun and shoot Christopher Jones as they were driving by. Carter says he was driving in a truck behind them.
He fell in the street, and then I drove after him. I ran him over.
You ran him over?
He fell in the street with no purpose.
Carter tells the detective teen brothers Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon were in the car with Rhodes. He says Rhodes was getting paid to kill Jones and was going to split the cash with the teens.
Did he tell you he would split it with you?
He was going to split it with all of us.
Did he say how much it was?
10 bands.
I'm sorry?
10 bands, 10,000.
Carter says they never got paid. He says one of the brothers, Maurice Gordon, told his mom about the murder. 2 weeks later, the brothers were dead.
As it turns out, Christopher Jones was not the man who'd been marked for murder. If Carter's story is correct, and Brice shot Jones to collect on the contract that had been supposedly put out for his assassination, then Jones' killing was a case of mistaken identity. Carter also told police what happened at Rhodes' apartment on the night of May 21st.
He made Maurice on his knees and beg for forgiveness. He tied him up. Tied him up with something. He tied his brother up. He made his brother sit in the bathroom.
Carter says Rhodes put a stocking over 16-year-old Maurice Gordon's head, gagged him, and stabbed him in the chest.
And he put a toboggan over his head, and he put a rag in his mouth, and he stabbed him.
Carter says he and another teen, Jakory Taylor, helped Rhodes move the body, then brought the other brother, 14-year-old Larry Ordway, into the living room.
We moved Maurice to the side, and we brought his brother, and we put the toboggan over his head. He put the toboggan over his head, and we put the sock in his mouth. Sorry, stabbed him too.
Carter tells detectives Rhodes threatened him, saying that's why he helped stab one of the brothers. He says Jakory Taylor stabbed the other brother.
What happens next? He puts them in crates. Things that you put clothes in.
Carter says while Rhodes went to dump the bodies, he and Taylor cleaned up the crime scene.
He left me and Corey at the house to clean it up. He said, sit there and watch them burn.
In one of Carter's interviews, he said that there were at least 2 other older individuals present at Rambo's apartment that night, along with himself, Jakory Taylor, and Rambo. Carter told police that the 5 individuals took a vote on what Reese and Larry's fate would be. Carter said that he was the only one who voted to let the boys live.
He said, should we kill him? I said, nah. I said, just take him home. But I guess I was outvoted, so.
In November, a 4th individual, Tieran Coleman, 19 years old at the time, was arrested and was later indicted for participating in the killing of Maurice Gordon and Larry Ordway.
19-year-old Tieran Coleman was booked into Metro Corrections today. Police arrested him after he was indicted in connection to the May murders of teen brothers Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon. Police are not saying what role Coleman played in their death.
Authorities have not named any other suspects in the case. Prior to his current dire legal predicament, Rambo has had several other entanglements with the criminal justice system. When Bryce was taken into custody on May 24th, he was arrested under probable cause of an outstanding domestic abuse warrant derived from a case in Indiana. He is also a registered sex offender in the Hoosier state. One judge has said that he himself has convicted Rhodes of multiple felonies in Kentucky. At the time that Rhodes allegedly killed Christopher Jones, Reese, and Larry, he was on probation for domestic assault, court records show. In addition, he had a pending case consequent to a 2014 incident in which his mother alleges that he grabbed her by the neck and punched her in the temple as she attempted to unload groceries, prompting his teenage sister to call police, according to an arrest warrant. Since Rambo's arrest on May 24th of 2016, his case has been delayed for years. Rhodes himself has been accused of creating some of the holdups intentionally by attempting to fire and replace his lawyers, and also because of recurring infractions and felonies he's committed while locked away. In that time, he's become a minor internet celebrity because of his outrageous behavior during court proceedings, multiple videos of which have been viewed millions of times online. Prior to a hearing on May 31st, Rhodes' attorney informed his client that he would have to recuse himself because of a conflict of interest. He broke the news to Rambo in a holding cell. Rhodes became angry and spat on the man. A deputy separated the two. In the courtroom, the two continued to exchange words.
Nice cheap shot. You a coward. Nice cheap shot.
I'll see you when I get out. McLeod says he isn't afraid of the threat.
In July, Rambo was indicted by a grand jury for the murder of Christopher Jones, Maurice Gordon, and Larry Ordway. Over the course of the next couple of months, he would allegedly assault and threaten to kill a fellow inmate, and in a separate incident spat on another detainee. Both incidents were apparently caught on surveillance cameras. When Rambo entered the courtroom again in September, he was wheeled in, strapped to a restraint chair, and fitted with a spit mask as a precautionary measure. He was quite angry at the circumstance and let Judge Amber Wolf know how he felt.
I think you know why. You know exactly why. Now, listen, stop talking. Have been. Are you done?
No, I ain't done.
You've been charged in the 4th degree. I'm going to keep talking because I don't want to have to see you back here for this.
What you think where you live at? What you think at? None of that. I ain't do.
So you're saying you're going to find out where I'm out?
None of that. You got something, I'll be out.
Okay.
Yeah,
You've been charged with assault in the 4th degree, minor injury, terroristic threatening in the 3rd degree with physical contact. New charges. I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Would you like me to read the arrest warrant to you?
No, I'm not guilty. Not guilty.
I just said that.
Not guilty.
I just said that.
I'll be out.
I'm going to appoint the public defender's office. Ms. Shoring, that was a threat against the court. I think that I'm asking the county attorney's office to take that into account and consider what to do with that.
Rhodes would later have charges of terroristic threatening and intimidating a participant in the legal process directed at him for the incident. Weeks later, Rambo would allegedly threaten to kill a corrections officer, bringing additional charges of terroristic threatening. And days after that incident, he allegedly threw urine at a corrections officer through his cell door, precipitating assault charges. He pleaded not guilty to the murders of Jones, Ordway, and Gordon in November. That same month, Anwan Carter pleaded guilty to lesser charges and agreed to testify at any trial against any of his co-defendants. In January 2017, Rambo attempted to escape from prison, according to authorities. According to officials, a Metro Corrections officer noticed a man-made hole under cinder blocks in Rhodes' cell on January 5th. Officers say that as they tried to confiscate a metal object from Rhodes, he grabbed it and flushed it down the toilet. Charges of criminal mischief, second-degree escape, and tampering with physical evidence soon followed. The following month, Rhodes was charged with third-degree felony assault for slapping a male nurse in the face during an examination at Metro Corrections. In May, prosecutors announced their intention to seek the death penalty in the Rhodes case. Tyrone Coleman accepted a plea deal in July, admitting to facilitating the killing of the boys and the disposal of their bodies, lesser crimes than the murder charges he initially faced. He was later sentenced to 10 years incarceration. At some point in 2017, while Rhodes and Jakory Taylor were both being housed at Metro Corrections in Louisville, Rambo managed to pass a note to Taylor. Among other statements in the note, Brice allegedly told Taylor that, quote, "rats get exposed," unquote. The letter continues, quote, "show me you my nigga and you ain't no rat," unquote. Rhodes then allegedly told Taylor in the letter he wanted him to recant his statements told to police. He provided Taylor with a letter to copy in his own handwriting, which listed numerous reasons that Taylor could use to take back the statement he made to police. Rhodes allegedly said in the letter, quote, "they're gonna offer you something to testify against me." The author of the letter tells the young man to stay focused and expresses love for him. The notes were not signed by Rhodes. In January 2018, Jakory Taylor pleaded guilty to multiple felonies reduced from the original murder charges. That same month, Larry and Reese's mother, Elizabeth Marie Wren, attended a hearing for Rhodes, at the end of which she lunged at her boy's alleged killer as he was being led out of the courtroom. Rhodes has told detectives during interviews that he once dated the woman. This is apparently how he got to know her sons. At a hearing in November of 2018, Rambo's courtroom antics continued.
Can we do a fair trial in Jefferson County? But then another part of it is, if we have a concern, what's the alternative? Because then if we might get into a situation on the law where I'm supposed to weigh the pros and the cons. Ma'am, stop it. Look at me, ma'am. He keeps turning. He keeps turning. Ma'am, I told you once before. Let me please help you understand. You can't just talk out like that, okay?
This led to an exchange of words between Rhodes and Judge Cunningham.
Mr. Rhodes, you're smiling. I don't know why you're smiling.
Because I can.
Well,
because I can. It's not a crime to smell.
It's not a crime to
Continue
smile.
what you were saying.
But it doesn't help you, all right, to irritate people.
All right.
And you have a lot at stake in this case.
It's not a crime to smell, is it?
I didn't say you were committing a crime.
then.
I'm saying you're
Continue
not
what you were
helping
saying.
yourself.
Continue what you were saying.
I'm
allowed to smell.
I would suggest
All right.
you do what helps
Okay.
you, not what hurts you.
Okay.
That's
Do what I
all.
want to do.
Well,
Let's
do
get
what
that
you want to do.
understood.
That's fine.
Let's get that understood.
I'm sorry.
Let's get that understood.
Well, you made
All
that.
right. Continue what you were saying.
In March of 2019, Rambo threatened another corrections officer, according to an arrest document, which says that he told the man he and his family would die. He also told the officer he would be shanked in the face and would not see it coming, according to the document. In October of 2019, Rhodes attempted to have his then attorney removed from his case. This was the third lawyer that had been assigned to him. He directed some sharp words at Judge Cunningham during one exchange over who would represent Rhodes.
You're not trying to give me a fair chance, effective counsel.
Well, who do you think I should
It's
give you as
okay.
a lawyer?
I'll write the Bar Association and the ACLU. Your job is to do your job, not to worry about me. That's what I'm saying. Well, I worry about me. You worry about yourself. My thing is, he needs to be removed from my case.
At a pretrial hearing in March of 2020, Rhodes attempted to have his case thrown out, saying, as he had at prior hearings, that investigating officers had previously perjured themselves when presenting evidence. Judge Cunningham denied the motion. Rhodes was upset at the ruling and let the judge know how he felt.
You think this is the best
Even
time?
though you show favoritism to the Commonwealth, you denied every motion I've ever filed in this courtroom. I'm still it's my right to file a pro se motion, and it's my right to speak what I need to speak on. I don't know if y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on or what y'all got going on, but I'm definitely going to speak my mind.
Detective Detelli and I have no sexual relationship.
Now I'm talking about you and the prosecutor over here, sir.
All right.
You denied all my motions. Every motion I filed, you didn't deny it.
I'm pretty sure I've denied the vast
Every
majority
motion I
of pro
filed?
se motions that have ever
Are
been
you some
filed.
type of racist? Are y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on? Which one is it?
Or are you just wrong in everything that you've made a motion for?
Are you
It
a
could be
secret
that.
Ku Klux Klan member?
No, sir, I'm
Is that
not.
what you really are?
Nope.
Okay.
Larry and Reese's grandmother, Debbie Wren, who can be seen on video attending many of Rhodes' hearings, has told the judge in the case and the media that she believes that Brice is simply gaming the system.
Every time you look up, he's trying to get rid of his lawyer. He's just prolonging and prolonging. He's playing the system. That's exactly what he's doing. And this is going on for 4 years. And nothing's been done.
You think he should be executed?
Yes.
Rambo has been charged with no less than 4 additional crimes since his triple murder arrest. According to WDRB in Louisville, Brice Rhodes' trial has most recently been scheduled to begin in January of 2022. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts, leave a comment. All of that helps the channel to grow. I don't have a preview of my next video. I'm working on a couple of them right now, and I'm not sure which one is going to come out next, but it'll be out soon. Thanks again for watching. Peace.